Hi guys, and welcome back to another Genshin Impact weapon review. Today we're going to take a look at the Wolf Gravestone. This is a 5-star claymore, and you can only get this by gacha for now, and it's pretty hard to get because you can only obtain it in the normal weapon banner. I think that there was a banner with this weapon, but now it's gone. Its base stats are a 46 on attack, and secondary stats is attack percent. At level 19 is a 608, so at least it's pretty good. Its attack is a 49.6%, pretty much a 15% attack boost. This means that this weapon alone can give you a 1.5 attack percent boost, multiplier as we can say. Now, a refined level 1, its passive, that is Wolfish Tracker, give you an attack increase of 20%. So it's a 15% plus a 20%. It's nearly a 17%. I say nearly because in reality it's 69.6%, but it's nearly a 70%. Like for a 0.4, it's not super. It doesn't create a super big difference. The difference it's very small. Now, the second part say that when you attack an enemy, and the enemy you attacked have less than 30% HP, all party member gain an attack boost of 40% for 12 seconds, but this can only happen once every 13 seconds. So pretty much you hit an enemy, if the enemy has less than 30% of his HP, you get a 14% boost for all your party for 12 seconds. But this is a cooldown of 13 seconds, but it's not super problem, because usually if an enemy has less than 30% of his HP, you can melt him very fast with this passive. And I think that this weapon is actually one of the best claymore in the game. Why? So, you have a pretty strong base attack, an attack percent secondary stats of 15% pretty much, plus a 20%, plus another 40%. This means that with this weapon alone, you can actually have an attack percent bonus of 2.1. So it's a multiplier of 2.1 with this weapon alone. And if you refine this weapon, this increased by 5%, and this increased by 10%. So at max refine, this weapon is actually insane. It can nearly give you a 3 multiplier, so you can multiply your damage, your total attack by 3, and that's insane. Now, keep in mind that this is a 5-star weapon, so like if you got this and you are a free-to-play player, or you are just a guy that spends like 10 euro every month, you will probably never have this at Constellation 5. If you spend a lot of money, probably, but at the end of the day, it's not really worth to spend so much money just for getting this at max refine. Now, at refine level 1, it's still a pretty strong weapon. Now, this weapon, it's not super strong, in my opinion, against some boss, because like if you're fighting an enemy and he has less than 30% of his HP, you're probably gonna destroy him anyway. Like the insane damage boost come at the end of the fight, but he's already half dead, so it just makes you a little faster. You just kill him a bit faster. So against boss like the Valin, the Wolf, it's not super good like the Joy Hypostasis, because you will probably melt them even without the 14% boost, because these activate when they are pretty much dead. But against boss like Child, when he has three face, this is cool. This is actually pretty decent. If you are fighting, for example, a large group of enemy. Now, usually large group of enemy are not really a problem, but in Abyss, this weapon is actually strong. Why? Because in Abyss, we fight a lot of minions, and what happens is that you just attack a minions that have less than 30% HP, and all your party gain a 40% boost. This means that you can actually just melt every other minion in the Abyss, say, activity. So yeah, this weapon is actually very strong, and I really recommend, if you have this, use it. Now, the characters that can use this weapon are a few, and of course there is Beidou. I created a tier list, like a personal one. So the best user for this is of course Diluc, simply because Diluc is like one of the best characters in the game. He's Pyro, and he deals an insane amount of damage. So he's like the best user for this weapon, in my opinion. Then we have Razor and Chongyan, because both of them are actually pretty good damage dealer. And because the Gravestone is just an attack percent multiplier, this means that it boosts your total attack. And as we know, total attack is actually used in your damage calculation. This means that this weapon boosts even your elemental damage. So even Razor ultimate and Chonkian ability are gain power from the stats of the Gravestone. And last year I put Noelle, Xinian and Beidou. The main reason is because Noelle, it's a tank character. Like, she's created to be tanky and she can do a bit of DPS, but usually she's more of a tank that can do a bit of damage. Xinian, it's a main character. I didn't really see a lot of people using her, and when I saw, she seems a bit of a support character that can deal some damage, but she's not strong, for example, as Diluc or Razor. And Beidou has a problem. Like, she's not bad, but if you saw a lot of people using her, they advise you to be at least Constellation 4 or more, and it's pretty hard to get now, because in the last banner, the one with Artaya, we actually had Beidou as a banner character with Ningang and Diona, so you could actually get her easily to Constellation 4 if you roll it a bit. Now it's pretty much nearly impossible to get her because she's not a banner character anymore, and even if she's like in a lot of tier lists, even if she's like Constellation 4 or higher, they put her very low. So that's the main reason Beidou is not very strong right now in the game. So yeah, if you have this weapon, just give her to Diluc if you have him, or Qingguan and Razor. Like, the other characters are okay, but not super strong. So that's what I think about this weapon. In my opinion, this is actually one of the strongest claymore in the game right now, because if you think about it, for now, the main activity, the one that is actually the hardest, is Abyss. And this weapon is actually very, very powerful in Abyss. So that's the main reason I actually advise to use this ward if you have it, because it makes your life a lot easier. That's all for this review. In the next one, we're gonna see the other 5-star claymore, probably the Unforged. And let me know in the comment what you think about this weapon, if you have it, and what build you use, if you use it on character that I didn't like, say, if you use it on Noelle and maybe you actually have a pretty strong build. Let me know in the comments, and see ya in the next video.